Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to Writercastle Steegilworferr stream number 11. That intro was beautiful, woke me up, and put me in a great mood. How is everyone doing? I know some of you just came from a stream, so maybe your writing brains are warmed up already and or tired already. Yeah, how you doing?
Good, and exactly as you said, because it was technically my stream before, and I'm on your stream, and then there's another stream after as well. So I'm deep in the thick of it now. I'm ready to get some more words in.
Very
Nice.
good.
Yeah, I had a really good time on Malin's stream, and I did a lot of writing, but I think on this stream I'm going to do a bit of writing. I think I also have to do like washing the dishes, which is going to be
Yes.
I was going to say, I need to get my lunch first sorted during the first sprint.
Fair enough. Self-care hour is acceptable.
Yeah, and I'm doing good. You know, my day is only an hour-ish old so far at this point. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be doing some writing and just finishing my writing goal for the writeathon this stream. So,
Oh, very good. Very good.
Is
Well,
this the extended
me.
version?
yeah, because it was like I had the goal of writing 3 poems. So I wrote those and then I extended it to 5. So then I've written the 4th and now I've just started the 5th. So I just have to kind of like basically write the whole 5th. Like I've got my foot in the door, but I just have to sort of write that one poem basically entirely. And then that'll be the 5. And that'll be the writing goal for the write-a-thon.
Nice.
excellent. Well, I love being the winning stream where somebody wins their goal. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat. Hello, Felicia. And hi, Crystal. Oh, my comments are being really slow this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Klacha. Hi, Cool Gamer. And Flora. Hello. I exist. Things will be better once I finish this computer crap. Oh, what are you working on, Crystal? Let us know. For Flora, I'm going to do some crafts for a little while to take a break from the screen. Oh, that sounds so nice. Let us know what craft you are doing. I'd love to know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just going to pop up a few little check-in questions as we go, but the same one as always to start off. What are you working on and what do you love about your project right now and what is more challenging? So a plus and a minus.
I'm currently working on the same thing I was before, which is my nano project, because it's been 19 days now. And it is a reverse harem paranormal romance with witch, and I'm really enjoying just the fact that this is the first time I'm working with a full outline. And I think that's probably what I love the most about it now, is that I don't have to question as much where I'm going as I used to in previous projects. So I'm really enjoying the speed at which I can just draft. What's more challenging is that I am writing technically 5 different POVs, and it's my first time doing so many, so I need to make sure that all of the male characters, for instance, feel different and come off differently on the page. And I feel like maybe that's what I'm struggling with the most, is every single time I plunge into a new one, getting back into the mood of that character.
Yeah, that does sound challenging for sure.
But yeah, it's a fun challenge, but it's a challenge.
Yeah. And what is your word count right now? How close are you to?
I'm at 41,500.
Wow.
My soft goal is definitely to reach 45k today. That'd be great. I'm not gonna pretend like my hard goal is actually doable. I feel like 10k in one day to finish nano is a bit much to ask of myself.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. You never know. I could be in a frenzy and finish at midnight. I don't know. But yeah.
Well, that is fantastic. Oh my goodness. How about you, Phoebe?
Well, I'm working on just a little kind of fantasy that's, I guess, for fun. It's not all that serious at the moment because I was burnt out on my serious project. So I guess I love the fact that it's not serious. and I'm loving the world at the moment. And what's challenging? I guess I'm writing it all on paper, and at some point I'll have to type that up, and that may be annoying. But because it's not that serious, it's also not that challenging. So
I'll get a really good scanning app.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
yeah, I mean, my iPad will do handwriting if it's very neat. It will like allow you to copy paste from a photo, but not my actual handwriting, which is not that neat.
Is something about it being on paper helping you feel like it's less serious, like it's disconnecting you from like
Yeah.
the white blank page intimidation factor?
Sure. I think when I'm typing stuff up, I read back through and I'm like, this sucks, this sounds bad, I'll have to rewrite this, blah, blah, blah. When I'm on paper, I'll flick back through my work, but just to find a specific information. I tend not to actually read through stuff. I like, oh, I want to find this specific thing I mentioned.
Right.
But I don't really read back through, and so I don't notice how bad it is. And all I see is like, oh, I filled so many pages. And that feels
Yeah,
great.
you can actually have a more tangible sense of your progress, which is cool.
Yeah.
I like to, it's definitely not the same, but I like to export my document every now and then and like do the proper spacing and everything and see how many pages it makes up, because there's something satisfying about seeing that number instead of the word
Yes.
counts that I keep seeing all the time.
Absolutely.
Oh, right. Yeah.
How about you, Michael?
Yeah. So I'm working on my epic poem. I officially started it on the 3rd of October, and I started actually writing it the 8th of October. It's going to be a collection of poems, and it's going to be 500 poems, but they're all going to be linked, and they're going to tell one story at the same time, of 500 poems long. I'm currently on poem number 76. And yeah, I guess what I love about it is it's just working. It's just clicking. I basically took the time, and this was also like from the 3rd to the 5th of last month, or sorry, the 3rd to the 8th. But I took the time to conceive it properly in my mind so that I knew what I was doing, in other words. But I'm glad that I did that, because it's really working out and it's really flowing, and I can even write an entire poem in like 25 minutes when the going's good. And yeah, I guess that's it. I would say what's more challenging about it is just like the unknown, like, okay, like 76, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But like from here, it's like, there's no telling for sure, like how things are going to go. I mean, 500 is a big number, and I feel good about things. I've got things planned out. I know where the story's going to end. I also feel like I'm pacing it well so far. But there's just like definitely, there's no question. There's like the big unknown factor of how it's really going to be down the road, and how I'm going to feel down the road, and about the project and whatnot. So just maybe that sort of question mark sort of aspect in the coming months. But yeah,
there's a lot of unknowns when you're working on a book length project or a long project, where it can be really good one minute, and then in a week or in a month I could be feeling very different.
Yeah.
You just have to allow yourself space for all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, the nice inverse of that is like when you're feeling bad, you can say, oh, in a week or a month it might be different.
Hey, there you go. I like that.
Glass half full.
That kind of just sounds like you need a little bit of a break or something for a week or something, and then you can get back into
like
it.
Be an optimist. That sounds nice.
This is so out of character for me.
It's always also easier to say that to others than to yourself.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
What about you?
I am
Yeah.
starting a new draft today. I am starting a new draft of Project Gemstone. I did a lot of revision prep this month, and I'm finally feeling like I'm ready to start the new draft. So I'm literally not opened my document yet. I'm literally on this sprint going to open my document and type chapter 1 and start with chapter 1. So
That's
That's
awesome.
so exciting.
yeah, I'm excited. I got to reread it last week as a part of all my revision prep and got reminded of the things that I do really like about it. So that was fun. And the challenging part for me right now is that this draft is like a big character edit. And to be honest, like I've never gotten to this point before with projects where I can drill down on these finer character, like side characters. I've always just got stuck trying to plot books well from beginning to end and having to fix the main plot over and over and over again. And so I can feel my brain learning new things, which is good.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's me. Let me see, Crystal. Hopefully I'll have a brain to work on book 1 revisions. I love the idea that these will be the last revisions for this book. Editing is the most challenging because I left myself really bad notes.
Oh.
I can relate to this. Sometimes past Anna, did not do a good job recording her ideas. Laura, I'll try to make a little candle holder out of an orange and cloves. Ooh, I've not made it before, but I saw instructions on Pinterest, so how hard can it be?
Oh.
I love this. Oh, and thank you, Cool Gamer. All right. Well, on that note, I think I will pull up our first sprint. So we
Yay.
can get started.
Excited for lunch, mostly.
So you can go get our lunch, do our self-care, and or start a new draft. Wow, my streamer is being really slow.
Is the stream not flowing so well, or?
Load.
I think Phoebe's been having issues as well with loading timers recently.
Goodness
StreamYard is
gracious.
being
I don't
weird.
know why.
It could
Great
potentially
service.
be some behind the scenes tech aspect or something. You never know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this can't be my fault. Okay. Happy writing. All right. That's the end of our first sprint, everybody. How did we do?
I managed to eat most of my lunch. I have a little bit of my sandwich left, and I got like 400 words, I think. Yeah, something like that. And
Awesome.
it is very hard for me to eat my lunch because I put the bread in the oven and it's extra crispy, and there are crumbs every fucking where. So
Need a little crumb basket just
yeah.
underneath you everywhere.
Literally, I'm like eating above the plate, and there's so many crumbs in the plate. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I keep like finding crumbs in my keyboard, and we're like, oh no, I have
Oh
to
my
clean
gosh.
that.
Yeah.
They're like flying out. It's just too many.
That happens when you're NaNoWriMoing.
I washed dishes and tidied up a bit.
Very good.
Nice.
Very boring.
For the sprint, I had breakfast. So I had some yogurt. I had a half of a everything bagel toasted with cream cheese.
Yum.
I've got the last of my coffee here. I also got back to the stream a bit late, it seems, but my apologies.
Oh, that's all right.
You were barely like 20 seconds late. Don't worry.
All good. I started my chapter 1, which is good. I'm definitely having to adjust now to a really slow speed because I'm going, a little bit of more of a line edit too at the same time. So really just a few paragraphs.
Yeah, but when you
Nice.
do revision, word counts don't matter as much. Like, it's not really
Yeah,
what you look at.
definitely. Yeah. I think I need to reframe the amount of time that this is going to take if I'm doing this line edit at the same time, and not be like, oh yeah, I could get 3 episodes done or 3 chapters done in a day. Maybe not.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Are you typing stuff fresh, or just copying and pasting small bits across and changing it? Or?
For this one, I'm just editing the previous draft, so I'm not. This is the time that I'm not rewriting stuff, so it's mostly staying the same. I'm just doing my first really detailed line edit, basically.
You do have very, very clean first drafts, I find. So,
yeah, this one came out clean for me, knock on wood. But the thing that I'm really annoyed about is I'm writing in Campfire, and the checker makes no sense. It's terrible. If you and it put a ton of typos into my draft, so when I sent it to my beta readers, it was disgusting and I had to clean it up in Google Docs. I had no idea it was doing this, but when you autocorrect a word, so if you type something with a typo in it and it suggests the correction and you click on it, it puts them both together instead of replacing the word that you typed.
Oh.
So it'll if I mistyped the word bread, it would be bed bread when you fixed it.
Right.
And so I'm just finding a ton of these errors, and I'm trying not to introduce more errors as well, obviously. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of second guessing doing this editing pass in Campfire, but I really enjoy it otherwise. So
I thought you were using Dabble before.
I was, yeah. I wanted to try Campfire because it's so much more affordable. For everything that I had in Dabble, that was $10 a month, and I had a discount because of NaNoWriMo.
Yeah.
Campfire, I'm currently just paying for the manuscript and some character sheets, and that's $3.
Yeah, because Campfire is broken down into, you can select what you want to pay extra for, but you don't have to initially. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of the modules are free up until if you want to use
more of
6 character sheets as opposed to 3 or something like that. So
I find that the First Draft Pro formatting is all right, and I don't have any issues with word spell check and stuff. Good. But I think when I'm finished with, I think I really enjoy enjoy it for zero drafting. But once I'm finished with the zero draft, I think I might switch it back over to Scrivener, which I own anyway, for the revision time. And also just maybe changing from one format to a different one might help to view the document in a different way. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely like switching, word processors in between drafts because it kind of helps me feel like I'm not doing the same thing over again.
Yeah, same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I've never heard of First Draft Pro.
It's quite new. It's quite new, and I was checking basically, like on the Nano website before the scandal when I was still using it. There was like a list of all the goodies you can get and all the sponsors they have and all of the discounts you can get at the end, etc. And so I checked all of the programs that were there to see what was like the best one. I think First Draft Pro has some issues, but they're quite new. And they just released like a little survey feedback thing in which they talk about the upcoming stuff that they're going to do. And I'm quite excited for these because I'm like, okay, I think I'll really love it if they do these things. So I'm going to try and stick with it. At least during Nano, I'm sticking with it. And probably for this whole draft, I'm going to stick with it and we'll see. But it's quite new, so they still have things coming up.
Yeah, I find myself wanting to go back to Dabble because they're always putting these new features in that people suggest, and they just seem really like receptive to it. They're putting beta features in.
The price though can be a big deterrent.
Yeah,
First Draft Pro is free, by the way, to use. Like you only have to pay for certain features, but most of the basic ones are free.
Yeah. I think if I ever got a book deal, I think my first like $400 would go towards buying a lifetime Dabble subscription.
That's the thing is like I prefer this option than having monthly stuff. It's so annoying to have subscription-based stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. How did everybody do on that sprint? For Crystal, more of the same, more edits. Flora, the orange candle worked. Yay. I would love to see a picture of this somehow. If you're in the Troublemakers Discord, I want to know what this looks like.
I think she might have. Yes, it's in the crafting corner.
Did I miss it? Oh my gosh. Everybody hold while I go look this up.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, Campfire is a bit crunchy. Yeah, it's very crunchy and it's glitchy as well. It's a bit slow to load. And every once in a while when I open up a project, it says, you have no projects. And I go, yes, I do.
That is terrifying.
It's just like that would scare me so much.
Keeping you at the edge of your seat. Jokes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I wanted to like use it for a full draft from beginning to end so I could really like do a comparison.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It really just irks me sometimes. Klatcha got 447. Very good.
Oh, nice.
Flora, your candle.
It looks so cool.
It's so cute. I don't know if I can show everybody, but
yeah, we can see.
Oh, it's so cute. I bet that smells amazing with the clove in it.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can pull up our second little check-in question if we want to quickly go around. I would love to know, what are your writing plans for the rest of the year? And there's so little of the year left. I don't even know if this is worth. Maybe you'd rather talk about what you're thinking about for 2024.
That's too far ahead.
What's on your writing horizon?
For the remnant of 2023, it's hard to tell because I had no plans initially to start a brand new project for Nano. I was just going to write in my existing project. Mm-hmm. So I don't know yet whether in December I'll be like, I'll continue writing into the same project because I'm deep into it, or if I might take a break. And I have some projects that need revisions or a bit of like finessing. So I might do something like that instead of drafting so that I can take a break from drafting. Because I feel like sometimes my brain, especially if I do win Nano, there'll be like a lot in one go for me. And I've never written this much in 1 month already at like 41K. So maybe my brain will need a break from writing and just do revisions or mood boarding or like focusing on reading and something else. Yeah.
The few times that I've won Nano, like I really could not continue past the 30th. I really just wanted to read a
And-
book, and I was just completely
Yeah.
burnt out.
And I also feel like last December, I had such a fun time because last December, I stopped myself completely from writing and forced myself not to write anything because I was world building for Space Princess Project. And all I was doing was world build on a Notion page. And it made me itch so much to write it. So come January, I was like, I am ready to plunge into this project. And that was so fun. So I'm hoping to maybe do something similar and just not write on purpose, take the break on purpose. And that way January comes, I'll be like, yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. How about you, Phoebe?
I'm at a really uncertain place with my main project, which is what I've been working on all year. But I've got a kind of coaching call through the novelry course that I'm doing in just over a week. And I'm hoping that's going to help me, that talking it through with someone else, which my writing coach is Tasha Suri, who wrote like the Jasmine Throne and stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's so
cool.
I'd be so starstruck.
What a flex.
But I hope that talking it through with her will help me decide what I want to do with that. And I'd also love by the end of the year to kind of take stock at where I'm at with all my projects, like what kind of draft each of them is on and what they need next and that sort of thing. And from there, I'll decide what the heck I need to do with 2024.
That makes sense. And that's so amazing to have a coach along, like that really cool experience to have a subjective
It's gonna be my
person.
last call with her. Unless I like pay to book more, it's my last call.
Oh no. Well, that must have been such a cool experience.
She's really lovely. So obviously it's kind of intimidating to talk to someone who's like a successful published author and this, that, and the other. But she's been like very encouraging and supportive and not intimidating to talk to in terms of her personality. So it's been really amazing.
That's so good.
I will just be continuing to write with the poem. I mean, it's going to be still many months from here. So, yeah.
I mean, 500 is a lot.
Yeah. You really have to be the tortoise and not the hare, I think, and just slowly make your progress,
I think
not focus on the finish line.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it easy. I will be, obviously, I just started this draft, so I'll be working on that, but I'm not going to really like push too hard with it until January, and then I think I'll really try and do like a pedal to the metal Januarimo edit. But I usually take December off completely from writing, so I've really enjoyed it being a reading month. So I think I'm going to be more chill until January.
It's also the month if you have set up like me a Goodreads challenge where you're like, well, fuck, I am nowhere near finishing it. So now I need to read all the short books possible.
Yeah, I am, I think, halfway through my reading goal, which is pretty miserable. I was trying to read, 30 books, I think. Yeah. I got stuck in the middle of a lot of books this year, and
I think we all need to take a page from Jess's book and start DNFing books we're not enjoying faster. You know, and be like, this is not working. DNF.
It's so hard. Yeah, I'm 17 books in, and I was trying to read 3. Maybe I'll read a lot of graphic novels in December.
I've got a few as well. I might do that.
We got some 3 Cheers for the Candle. Sako's also not writing during December. Yeah, good rest month. Klacha is going to continue my nano book because 50K is only getting me 1/6 of my first draft.
Wow.
Holy moly.
That's a long first draft.
Are you drafting your trilogy all at once?
Or is it like an epic fantasy?
Wow.
Because like someone I saw a TikTok really recently about like word counts in general because someone was comparing I can't remember if it's like Crescent City or something like that. One of the Sarah J. Maas books that's like a thick one, a thick boy. And they were like Iron Flame, which is the second, like, of Fourth Wing, that dragon book,
Right.
is like thinner. And she was comparing the two books next to each other, and she was like, "It looks like it's much thinner. It's got a lot less pages, but the word count is actually much higher, and it's like 240,000 words or something like that."
Wow. How have they done that then? Is it just printed really tiny or on thin
I think the
paper?
font must be smaller, the paper thinner. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, if you actually just even tweak your formatting a little bit,
yeah, for the tracking at
it can
-10.
make a big difference in terms of your word count and how it flows into the actual pages of the document.
I know there's been a big group of people saying, "Oh, I don't usually enjoy fantasy, but I like Iron Wing," or I haven't really read fantasy before, but I like Iron Wing." So I wonder if they thought, marketing wise, fantasy readers love a big chunky book, but maybe for other people they'd prefer something that looks at least initially slimmer.
Maybe
it's like a less intimidating entry into fantasy. I don't know.
Which is funny because that is also my thing. I like fantasy, but not high fantasy normally. Like, I don't really enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't read anything with dragons normally. I'll be honest. It's not actually something that
rude.
Sorry.
For me, it's in terms of like the really chunky, thick high fantasy, it's hit or miss. Because if I really love that world and the characters, then getting to spend like 1,000 pages in it is amazing. But also, if you're not enjoying it, then it just feels so slow.
Yeah.
And it can take a while to figure out if you're enjoying it too. It can take 200 pages to be like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
Or, oh no, I'm going to have to drop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Crystal, the plan is to finish revision so I can work on book 2 for 2024. Very exciting. Scent is super nice. That's so cute. Oh, my StreamYard jumped. Here we go. I plan to do 12 books this year. I read one big one in January. Read 12 books. I thought you meant write 12 books. I was like, oh my gosh.
I feel that as well.
But okay, read 12 books. That sounds very reasonable. I read one big one in January, stopped reading until September, and then read 10 more books from September to now. Now I'm reading one big last book for the year. Very fun. And the draft is just one book, just an epic. Always wanted to write a long book. Oh, that's so cool. Ah! Yeah, same here, Sako. My first drafts usually end up being around 70.
I can't claim to have an actual format of like word count because every single zero draft I've done has been bigger every single time. It's been like exponentially like growing. So
maybe that's a good sign.
But I would expect this draft to be 100K. So 50K will be half, I'd say.
Yeah. Wow. My book at 300K could be printed at like 700 pages and still look normal, or at 250 words per page. Could be 1,200 pages.
Wow.
That's a chunky one. The first book I read this year was 305, and the one I'm reading now is 445. Wow. I did not even know they printed books that long if they're not like War and Peace.
Tolkien must be turning over in his grave being like, it could have been one book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's that famous story where he just really loathed the idea, right, of like the 3 books, the story being split into the 3 books.
And now he's watching over as being like, what the fuck is this?
I'm Tolkien. Hi, Solicity. Welcome. I'm using Nano to set up and organize my series. The first draft is done of book 1. I need to do all of it at one time. Yes. Yeah. I think I'm writing a duology right now, but I had 0 plan for the sequel. So I really just pantsed all that foreshadowing. I wish I had taken time to figure out what I was doing and where I was going. So that is still in my future. So I think you're very smart. Must connect with and have fun with book writing. 75K is the finished book. Yeah, that's very fair. I love I love that book length for first drafts or finished drafts. Yeah, me too.
I'm an overwriter.
All right.
Catcher in the
Well,
Rye is right around 75,000 words, just for reference.
Oh,
yeah, there you
yeah.
go. All right. Well, I've got our second sprint pulled up. What do we say?
Sounds
Let's
good.
do it.
Yay!
Words.
I'm sorry. I'm hoping I'm really not lagging. Please tell me if I am. My StreamYard is really being slow.
You are lagging a tiny bit, but not enough to be too noticeable, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Oh,
Glad.
I say this, and
oh.
now I think there is lagging.
And now it's
Uh,
cursed. Now we spoke too soon, and it stopped completely.
It looks like Anna's got a really nice freeze frame going there, though, full of
It
mirth.
is. They're usually like really weird expressions. She's got an actually like photogenic freeze frame.
Yeah.
Oh, it's working.
so sorry for the technical difficulties during that sprint. Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Good, because I got completely booted out of StreamYard.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you came back quite quickly, I think, so it's fine.
Yeah, I switched to my other Wi-Fi, so I'm really hoping that it's better now. Obviously, I couldn't switch before, or else the timer would disappear, and lo and behold, that happened anyway. So,
It actually seemed better, to be fair, now. Like,
okay,
as you're talking, there's less lag.
thank God. Well, how was everyone else's sprint? I did nothing really except eat my breakfast and like panic watch the Wi-Fi to make sure it was doing okay.
No.
Oh,
But nice that you ate breakfast, though.
Yeah.
I finished my extremely crumbly sandwich, and I wrote, I don't know exactly how many, probably 600 words or so.
Ooh.
I'm now at 42,500.
Oh
So
my gosh.
Very good.
nice.
I washed a couple of final dishes and took the rubbish out. And I did do a little bit of writing as well. I have written.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know how much really. I didn't really make note of where I ended, but I've done some writing.
Awesome.
Nice. That sprint, I finished my writing goal for the write-a-thon. So, yeah.
Woo!
Ooh, well done,
good
Michael.
job.
So, yeah, I think I'm just going to take it easy for the rest of the write-a-thon from here. Hopefully I can sneak in some video games, and yeah, I can enjoy the chats and stuff in the streams. Yeah.
Game are you playing right now?
I'm playing a game called Snow Runner. It's a like simulation game, and it's like basically it's like a working simulator game where you're like a truck driver, and it's like an off-road simulator, and you're doing like jobs like that, and you're out in the boonies, in rugged terrain and stuff like that, logging and things like that. Yeah,
Oh.
it's my cup of tea.
Sounds like a cozy game.
Yeah, it's
Relaxing.
actually usually like really chill, and it's kind of designed that way. But sometimes it's like a large scale game, like a long game. You're going to be playing it for lots and lots of hours. And sometimes it's like it can get like in a good way, just like really stressful and nerve wracking. It's like the sun is going down, the gas is running low.
Oh gosh.
You're having problems with your locking differentials, and then suddenly you get stuck in the mud, and it's like, oh my god.
Like a real life panic situation.
Yeah. But I just really dig it. It's like my sort of cup of tea. But yeah.
Cool. Very cool. Let's go to the comments here. It does seem to be better. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Sago. 719 words for Klacha. Holy
Awesome.
moly.
Nice.
Really making the most of it. Nice job for Melon. Keep adding new words even though I'm supposed to be editing. Woo! Yeah, that is an awesome sprint. Well done. Going to get Subway since I'm basically done with my goal for the day. Wow, we have some goal hitters in the stream today. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Crystal's so close to being done with my computer studies. I can taste it.
Oh.
Cheering
Amazing.
for you, Crystal. Your freedom is within reach. Flora called my dad to wish him happy birthday and another snack and started the dishwasher. Now I'm ready to write again.
I had
Good.
a moment of half panic reading this comment, and my eyes went to the date. I was like, no, it's the 19th. My mom's birthday's tomorrow. I haven't missed it. I'm good.
Oh.
I know. Yeah. Thank you, Flora, for everyone's reminder. Mark your calendars. Get your important birthdays down. All right, for our last little check-in, since we are the main library of the castle of Writercastle Steegilworferr, I thought I would pull up a book-themed question. So I will ask you all, as the year is ending, what has been your favorite read of 2023 so far? And feel free to shout out as many as to mind.
Can you
I
start answering so that I can have a think? Because I'm
Yes.
meant to first here, and I have to go look at my Goodreads.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I
I
did
know
not
exactly what mine is, if that helps.
did not let my co-host know this question in advance, so I will
Yeah.
go first.
Taken by surprise.
I've got a few to mention. I've talked about this one before, so I'm sorry it's a bit repetitive, but I really want everyone to read Fireborn by Rosaria Munda. Especially if you liked Fourth Wing. Fireborn is like the more complex version of Fourth Wing in my mind. They're very similar, but really different as well. So it's very like political, slow burn, like really angsty. Um,
Oh, and I think you're lagging.
No,
And I come back.
come back to us.
Also, I wanted to hear more about Fireborn.
Right, I was just making a note on my phone to read it.
maybe we could treat this as like a cliffhanger, to get us
Well, I go.
reading.
I'll just say mine, and then when Anna comes back.
Yeah.
So mine is Harry the Ninth, without question. I've been loving the Locked Tomb series. Anna's back. Are you back?
Anna's back.
am I back? I'm sorry. I thought I was doing better.
You're back.
Man,
frozen
it says
in the
I
middle of
have a
Fireborn.
strong Wi-Fi signal, but StreamYard is not accepting this signal.
Yeah. StreamYard takes a lot. Like, it takes a really big connection, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, please continue.
Would you want to finish telling us why Fireborn's so good?
Oh, it's really good, like slow burn, both in terms of like relationship slow burn, but also plot slow burn and political slow burn. So very like complex. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And the other one is like totally very different, opposite. Was Summer of Salt, which was like a really cute, like cozy queer magical realism,
I've heard
like
of that one. I think.
contemporary-ish story. Really, really sweet. And it like might have been my favorite book of the year because it just like got me in the heart. It was really good.
That's so nice. It makes me want to read it because I am enjoying a lot more cozy fantasy stuff and cozy things in general with like
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's this year I read Legends and Latte as well, so yeah.
Yeah. Was that one of your faves of the year? Is that on your list?
Yeah, I would say so. I think I enjoyed it, but I was trying to find one of the books. I'll let Phoebe answer first because I was trying to find one of the books that I enjoyed in my bookshelves and I was like, where is it? Where did I put it?
Oh.
Okay. Well, mine was Harry the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. But really that whole Locked Tomb series, because I enjoy Gideon as well. I enjoyed Gideon more once I read it after having read the second book. And I haven't read the third yet because I'm saving it. I'm like, I don't want to get through it too quickly.
You don't have to read them in order?
I think you do. Yeah, I think you do to have any clue what's going on. These books are difficult to have any clue what's going on, even if you read them in order. Harry the Ninth is it will seep into your mind and move around the furniture and then gaslight you into thinking it hasn't.
Whoa.
Oh.
It has such cool voice. I love her voice. She's like high and lowbrow at the same time. She will reference memes and she will reference Shakespeare in the Bible also. And the voice of every character is so distinct. And also, I just really enjoy the main two characters and it's a good time.
Wow.
Nice.
Very good time.
That makes me want to read it, actually.
Yeah.
Especially distinct voices. Okay, I've got my two books. I found them. I have Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. This is a horror in space that is heavily Titanic inspired. So if you like anything to do with the Titanic, read it. You'll fucking enjoy the hell out of this.
Oh.
I also love the different, like the the way that it's thread in is that you start the story at like sort of the end of it. So you've got the character's POV telling you, well, a lot of shit went down basically, and you're like left wondering like what happened. And I like that kind of storytelling because it adds a lot. So I enjoyed that one. And then The Secret Society of Irregular Witches was my favorite cozy read of the year, I'd say. I really enjoyed Legends and Lattes, but Legends and Lattes is very D&D-esque, and that's more a high fantasy world. Secret Society of Irregular Witches is more like inner world type of vibes, but with witches. And I think that's more my type of read. So I think that's why I enjoyed it. And it's so cozy, and it's found family, and I loved the romance was so good. I loved every aspect of it. Would recommend.
Wow. Both of those sound amazing. And the title Dead Silence, when you tell me it's Titanic in space, takes on such a heavy, scary meaning.
It sounds so stressful.
It's
I don't think I
basically
want to read
like
that one. It sounds traumatic.
It's not actually as in like the events of Titanic as we know, it's more like a crew finds this ship in space that famously was like the Titanic, that was like famously super luxurious for really, really rich people and was meant to be one of its kind and everything. But everyone is dead, and like they're trying to figure out why, and there's something really creepy happening.
I'm adding this immediately.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
How about you, Michael?
Is it me? Yeah. I really can't answer the question. I mean, I can't make a decision on, what it might be. But what I can do is at least hold up the book that I'm reading right now. So this is poetry of Emily Dickinson.
That's a nice cover.
Yeah. So, I'm reading this now, and I'm taking my time, and it's great.
Excellent.
That's kind of the best I can do.
That's all right. For Sako, I read a bunch of stories from R.C. Scott and really liked them. Very good. My favorite reads of 2023 were My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh and Lord of the Flies by William Golding. Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. I do want to reread Lord of the Flies again. I remember that really sticking with me in high school, and also like flying through it because I couldn't put it down.
Yeah. Oh.
I think this is when I got stuck. The Psychic, Vampire Codex, and Tiny Shivers. Both I haven't finished yet, but you've got a whole month left of the year. Flora loved The Annual Migration of Clouds by Premi Mohammed. There's No Such Thing as an Easy Job by, I've heard of this one, by Kikiko Tsumura, and Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis, but also many others. Yeah.
I've only read Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis as well. I enjoyed it. It's not really a genre I normally read, but it was fun.
Is it historical fiction? Is that right?
Yeah, it's historical fiction, and I think there's a TV show or a movie that came out or is coming out.
That's right.
I've seen loads of snippets of it on TikTok, and it's by the main actress is a Brie. What's her last name? Yeah. So, and I feel like they really casted her well for the role based on having read the book.
Very cool. Yeah, I keep picking that one up on my library app, and then when it comes in, I'm like busy for whatever reason, so it gets returned.
I think I actually mostly listened to that one in audiobook, and it's a good audiobook one.
Good.
In that format.
And Nia joined us. Hi, Nia.
Hi,
What are
Nia.
our favorite books of 2023? If you want to drop a recommendation. But yeah, I don't think we really have enough time for another sprint, so I think maybe we'll just do outros and give folks a little break before the next stream so people can get up and stretch their legs, eat lunch / breakfast / dinner.
All of the snacks. Actually, might make myself a hot chocolate next.
Ooh, yeah, let's do that.
I need to relaunch the usual chat debate about people in the comments being like, I do mine with water, I do mine with milk, I do mine with soy milk.
Yeah, share your hot chocolate recipe and tell us why it's the right one.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, do we want to do some outros?
I have been Melon. I will still be trying to win Nano in this case. And I currently am posting a bit more videos than usual, so feel free to go check that out. I'm currently posting more and more about design for authors, so things like doing covers and mood boards and things like that. So yeah,
Ooh.
it's a good time. And I will
It's a
be
lot of
streaming the next stream as well because Marta is ill, so I'll be taking over for her with Anna as the co-host. So we'll be back.
Oh.
I'm Phoebe, and I stream twice a week on my channel, Phoebe Writes Fiction, and try to occasionally make a video, but that's kind of an optional extra at this point. And I do indeed write fiction, so there you go.
And I'm Michael. I'm the organizer of this write-a-thon, and yeah, I'm feeling good still. Up to this point. What is it now? Stream number 11. But yeah, I guess that's me. And thanks for having me on, Anna. I've had
Yeah,
fun.
thanks for having us.
Of course. Oh, we have a recommendation from Nikki, so I'll read their recommendation. I loved Sorrowland, A Conjuring of Light, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series, The House Across the Lake. That's on my list. Yeah. And you're getting. And When Women Were Dragons. Wow, what a
I've
title.
heard about that one a lot as well.
Ooh,
Thanks,
nice,
Nikki. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I'm Anna Robbins. You're on my channel. I try to post monthly and do stream occasionally as well. And I will see you on it. The stream is still on Marta's channel that we're doing. Yeah. Okay. So we'll see everybody over on Marta's channel after your little break. So good luck and